sight, and it reflects the hope that with regular testing, people continue to see the world around us, which is full of beauty, charm, and adventure, which is why we're having the discussion today. We're streaming this live also too on YouTube and Facebook, so you can go watch and see Dr. Olufumilayo Oguntoye. She's a consultant ophthalmologist. Great to have you join us this fine morning on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here too.
Excellent, excellent. So first and foremost, a lot of people are listening. They've heard glaucoma, but have never really sat down to know what it is all about. So tell us what glaucoma is all about.
Okay. So glaucoma is a group of eye disorders that affects the optic nerve. That's the nerve that is responsible for sight. And the interesting thing about this glaucoma is that whatever part of the nerve that has been affected, it cannot be regained. So it's a cause of irreversible visual loss. It's actually the leading cause, but it is preventable.
The leading cause of irreversible visual loss. I have my note down so I can always refer,
fine,
which is
yes.
very important. So everyone get your note because this is a lecture that is very important. Why? So let me even ask, how common is glaucoma in Nigeria?
It's quite common. It's quite common. A survey was done in Nigerian National Blindness Survey, and the prevalence, it was among individuals that were 40 years and above, which is actually the age group where you have it being common. And, about 5.02% of individuals, it's a study that was done across the nation, was found to have glaucoma. So it's actually quite prevalent. It's a public health issue. And it's important that, the general public gets to know, people that they are aware, so that they can, take measures to prevent blindness. Remember, like I said earlier, the blindness is irreversible, and because it is a progressive disease, we can't really, we can't stop the progression. Whatever intervention we do is to minimize the progression. So it's actually very important that everyone knows about this, and everybody go for eye checkup.
A primary healthcare problem. 1 in 20 people in the survey which was carried out found the presence of glaucoma. I mean, that's something for us of real concern. And talk to us about what the symptoms are.
Okay.
Because I'm a bit concerned when you say you don't even notice it happen. So how do people know?
According to the same survey that I quoted earlier, 19 out of 20 people, don't even know that they have it. They are not aware. So you can see a lot of people and they are not even aware that I have this condition. So mostly for the open angle type, the primary open angle type, which is the most common, especially in this environment, it's usually causes a gradual painless reduction in vision, meaning that you may not really have pain. There's really no pain, but gradually you just notice that your vision is getting dim. It could be in the evenings, you find it difficult, when there's no bright light around, you just see that, I struggle to move around, or, I struggle to see things coming from my side. If somebody's not standing, right in front of me, I really can't appreciate, that person. So, that's what we call, loss of, peripheral vision. That's your side vision. And, by the time you start having all those symptoms, is that actually it's advanced, it has progressed. And yes, so that's why it's good to know that you need to have your eyes checked. So there are risk factors. We can't really say this is the cause. So the risk factors, a very important one that tops the list, for us is the race. We are Africans, we are blacks. We can't really do anything about the fact that we are Nigerians, and it places us at a higher risk of developing the primary open angle type. Remember, I said that's the most prevalent, in our environment. Also, age. As we get older, especially when you're getting to age 40 and you're crossing it, that increases your risk. If someone has a positive family history, especially in your first degree relative, that's your parents, your siblings, it places you at a higher risk compared to someone who doesn't have any family history. Then if the pressures in your eyes are high, the high eye pressures, that's also a very, important risk factor. And I need to mention at this point that that's the key modifiable risk factor. What I mean is that is actually something we can work on. All the treatments that we have available to manage this glaucoma, the aim is to bring down the pressure, because that is what evidence has shown us to slow down the progression.
Right.
Remember, it's a progressive disease. If you don't do anything about it, it will progress.
Right.
If you do something about it, it doesn't stop the progression, it just slows it down.
Right.
But your sight is preserved, which is actually what we want. We don't want any, more people losing their vision.
Right.
And I still have to refer to this survey, because it was done by, esteemed senior colleagues, and it was really it spanned, a couple of years, and it was really intense. So, according to this survey, they also found out that 1 in 5 people have lost vision in one eye by the time they are even presenting. So it's important. We can't overemphasize the fact that it's common in our environment, and we need to actually present early, because that's the way in which we can, preserve the sight.
All right. So in case you're just joining discussion on 99.3 Nigerian for the Morning Crossfire, we have Dr. Fumilayo Oguntoye, who is a consultant ophthalmologist. When you hear ophthalmology, it has to do with eye care. And we're talking real serious business here. We're looking at the World Glaucoma Week and Awareness Week. And I think everyone should make a pledge this morning that after I've heard Dr. Oguntoye speak, I am going to have my eye checked as quickly as possible, because we need the eyes preserved. And interestingly, if you've got questions, don't forget, go on Twitter and ask the question at Nigeria Info FM. If you've got also a device that you can send WhatsApp messages, she will be glad to take those messages if you've got answers to those questions also too. 08095975805. At some point, I'd open the phone lines too. So, prevention is possible.
Oh, yes.
Talk to us about prevention.
Okay, so about prevention, first thing is, it's good, not to have it at all. But then, if you have it, we can prevent blindness. So how do we go about that? You have to present to us early. So you have to go for your eye checkup. You don't have to wait till when you notice that there's a reduction in vision, or when you notice that, your eyes feel heavy, or, just make it, a point of duty regularly once in a year, go for comprehensive eye checkup. And then if there's, if we, see signs, something that may suggest it, because sometimes the diagnosis is not like head on.
Yeah.
When we look at your eyes, we just go, your disc looks suspicious. Okay, let's run a couple of tests, because we need to confirm the diagnosis. Treatment is lifelong. You know, we can't just give you medications and then you use it for 1 month and then your pressures come down and you just feel you're okay. No, because there's still going to be a spike. So it's something that you will have to follow up on. So to prevent the blindness that ensues from glaucoma, you have to ensure that the right diagnosis is made, and it's easier for us if this is made on time, so that we can counsel you as appropriate. We can tell you to bring in your family members also to have their eyes checked, especially your first degree relatives, like I mentioned earlier. And then we need to now institute what to lower the pressure. So this we can achieve by medications, mostly eye drops. There are different, different groups of eye drops, with different mix. But the aim is to lower the pressure, like I said earlier. Right. And, there are different, what's it called, dosage on how to use it. So, if you've been told that you would need eye drops, you need to understand that you need to be religious with your eye drops. You need to comply, and you need to adhere, strictly. If they say it's a once daily drug, use it at 9 p.m., as much as possible, try and do that. And then the other ways, it could be laser surgery, it could be glaucoma surgery.
We're going to come to the intervention also.
Okay.
But I see there's someone on the line. For the call handler to patch me through to this, it means it's very important I speak with Kayode from Surulere. So I'll make an exception and talk with Kayode, who is calling in from Surulere. Hello, Kayode. Hello and good morning, Kayode.
Hello, good morning.
Good. You're calling in from Surulere, right?
Yes.
And you want to speak with Dr. Oguntoye, I can imagine. That's why you...
Okay. Good morning, madam.
Good morning, Mr. Kayode.
So my name is Kayode Mogaji. I'm visually impaired. I lost my sight through glaucoma.
Oh, so, sorry about that.
I can relate with it. Though I was younger and I was 18. when I lost my sight, and I can actually relate to.
Hello, Kyle, are you still there? Oh dear, sorry about that, but do try and call back. He says he lost his sight, whether he was in detention or something when it happened, but I missed that part out. But so sorry about that. There are people, obviously, even from the surveys, who have had glaucoma and who are going through difficult times. You've talked about prevention. So before I get to the intervention, this thing about the poor eye care culture in this country, anything that is not general health care like malaria or typhoid, any of those sort of things, people aren't going to go to the hospital. If it's dental, if it's eye, ears, any of those other things, people just don't even think about it. Once a year, you say it's okay, right?
Yes, once a year is
Once
fine.
a year, comprehensive eye. And then, importantly, can they walk into any hospital and say, do you have ophthalmologists in the hospitals? People can always walk in. How do you?
Oh, yes. Oh, we're quite, in Nigeria, there are quite a few. We're not so many, but then we have ophthalmologists across Lagos. I can speak for Lagos, but even across Nigeria, we have them spread over. But maybe we have it more concentrated in the cities. So basically, if you go to any reputable hospital, teaching hospitals, there are private eye clinics. There are general hospitals that have ophthalmologists, even in this Lagos. So you could just walk in and you could have your eyes checked. And even if you go to see, because we also have the optometrist, the eye care team, we have, people that will work with the ophthalmic nurses, the optometrist and breast. So, we have a lot of optometrist shops everywhere. So they could also, because most people is when they find out that, okay, I find it difficult reading print or something, they could just go to them, they are doctors of glasses. So they are also trained to, do a fundoscopy, just a quick check to see what's happening there. And then they can always refer as appropriate. That's to the ophthalmologist. So when you get to the ophthalmologist, of course, we're going to listen to your complaints. If you have any, we're going to do a comprehensive eye checkup on you, dilate your eyes. That's put eye drops to dilate your pupils so that we can visualize the back of your eyes properly. And then there are also some ancillary tests that we do, just to confirm that it's glaucoma, because it doesn't just stop at looking at the disc. So, once we are sure that, yes, this is glaucoma, we're going to speak to you about it, and we're going to, tell you about what to do, because treatment is actually individualized. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of a thing. So for this person, it could be medications. For this person, it could be surgery. So treatment is individualized.
Okay, so we'll come talk about medication and surgery very soon. Help us also deal with another misconception. Well, maybe not a misconception or a fear. Many people, I guess, will call and ask whether the cost of eye care, is it prohibitive? Is it expensive? Or it's something that people can afford?
It's something people can afford, really. So it's costlier to lose one sight.
Very true.
Than to buy the drops or to do surgery. So it's very affordable. Everyone can afford it. As in, don't let me say everyone, because but then mostly people can afford it. And the good thing is that even in some primary eye care centers, what we call PHCs, we even have some, some of them that also do ophthalmology. You have people that can at least check your eyes, and then if you have any complaints, they can actually refer you to the secondary and tertiary centers. And you don't really have to pay so much. I don't even think they pay for consultation at those PHCs. So it's actually something that if we put our mind to doing it, we can achieve it.
All right. I'll take one call. So help me. The call handler will help screen one of the calls, and then maybe I'll check on Twitter. Because it's a great point you make. You don't know what you have until you lose it, is how they say it. And just to visit any of the general hospitals or tertiary hospitals, you see what people are going through. You imagine what you can do if it means for you to at least keep what you have. I'm going to go on Twitter. I see I have a message here. What do we have here? Okay, this is from Henry Okonkwo. Where can one go for the test? I'm sure Dr. Guntu has already responded to that. You can walk into any eye care specialist hospital. You can go into a general hospital, tertiary hospital, and you can deal with it. There's this one. Okay, this isn't for us. Okay, I'm going to go on a quick break. When I come back, Dr. Guntu will talk about the medication as well as the interventions. I'm going to open the phone lines for you all too, so you can interact with her if you've got questions. I would love to also hear from you. Many of you guilty like me who haven't done eye care, God knows how many years, but it's important that we do this as often as possible, because the care of the eye is suddenly occurring to me now, how important it is and how we've taken things for granted. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the World Glaucoma Week. We have with us Dr. Funmilayo Oguntoye. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
One man, one city, one night.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Birthday greetings just got better. Express your feelings through your favorite celebrities with Holla Online. Holla Online is a celebrity booking platform which allows you to request and pay for personalized shout-out messages from your favorite celebrities to your friends and loved ones. Shout-outs include birthday greetings, marriage proposals, get well soon messages, wedding anniversary greetings, condolence messages, and many more. Download our app on Google Play Store or visit www.hollaonline.com. Telephone or WhatsApp 0704 802 4492. Again, 0704 802 4492. It's a new life. It's a better life. A new life is here, where we lift the weight of you. Enterprise life. So you can achieve more in everything you do. Enterprise life. It's a new life.
Live the new life from Enterprise Life Assurance, where we have tailor-made life insurance solutions to take care of your worries. Our decades of experience in many West African markets, plus our unique one-on-one customer relationship, helps you get the best out of life. Visit www.myenterprisegroup.io/NG or call 0700 Enterprise. Enterprise Life Assurance, your advantage.
You don't wait for life. You go to meet life. It's not about how many chances you get. It's what you do with what you've got. Morning after morning, cup after cup. Start strong, finish strong with the stimulating aroma and rich, creamy taste of Nescafe 3-in-1. It all starts with a Nescafe.
Mommy Shade, this child looks sickly. Try and take her to the hospital. I wish I could, but the expenses are too much. Don't tell me you have not heard about LSHS Ilera Eko. Ilera Eko? What is that?
Lagos Health is our wealth. Ilera Eko.
Oh yes, Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, has designed an affordable and quality healthcare scheme for Lagos residents. In Ilera Eko, at your convenience, you can have access to antenatal, delivery, immunization, management of hypertension, diabetes and other illnesses, family planning and basic emergencies. Register with Ilera Eko branded agents and at the nearest Ilera Eko branded outlets. Pay 40,000 Naira annual subscription for a family package or 8,500 Naira for an individual package and start to experience peace of mind. For more information, call 0700 Ilera Eko or 0800 Ask Lashma or visit www.lashma.com. Ilera Eko, affordable and quality healthcare for Lagos residents.
It's a new life. It's a better life. A new life is here, where we lift the weight of you. Enterprise life. So you can achieve more in everything you do. Enterprise life. It's a new life.
Live the new life from Enterprise Life Assurance, where we have tailor-made life insurance solutions to take care of your worries. Our decades of experience in many West African markets, plus our unique one-on-one customer relationship, helps you get the best out of life. Visit www.myenterprisegroup.io/NG or call 0700 Enterprise. Enterprise Life Assurance, your advantage.
It's a new day, a new beginning. As you prepare for the day ahead, just anything is not enough for a delightful, healthy start. Start your day right with Whole on your
Hollandia Eva milk, right nutrients for a healthy breakfast.
Online and offline training between Lagos and Paris. Film Lab Nigeria, Wazobia Academy, and LAFAC, the digital learning platform for creative industries, present an innovative training on television series fundamentals, script writing skills, creative independent skills for experienced writers and young professionals in the Nigerian audiovisual industry. Learn principles and techniques of series script writing. Registration is now on at wazobia.academy. Contact Project Coordinator on 0908 897 5611. Email coordinator@wazobia.academy. Powered by LAFAC, with support from the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the French Embassy in Nigeria.
And on the dailies today, chiefs of the Nigerian Army's operation.
President Muhammadu Buhari has inaugurated.
With screaming headlines making the rounds in the dailies, it's very easy to forget other tori when we say they affect our life and economy.
NDLEA don't record high achievements. The national drug.
Introducing Lost to the Headlines, a news bulletin highlighting news stories reported but almost forgotten.
The police in Ogun State have arrested 2 tenants.
Join us Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m. on 99.3 for stories others forgot to tell you. Aproko walk no go kill me last.
It's a new life. Oh, yeah. It's a better life. Yeah. A new life is here, where we lift the weight of you. Enterprise life. So you can achieve more in everything you do. Enterprise life. It's a new life.
Live the new life from Enterprise Life Assurance, where we have tailor-made life insurance solutions to take care of your worries. Our decades of experience in many West African markets, plus our unique one-on-one customer relationship, helps you get the best out of life. Visit www.myenterprisegroup.io/NG or call 0700 Enterprise. Enterprise Life Assurance. Your advantage.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back, and we're making progress, I would like to say, and I would like to believe with the millions of you who are tuned in on 99.3 Nigeria Info. And the discussion around the World Glaucoma Awareness Week is what we're having for 1 week. I think it's something that we should think about every single day when you think how important the eyes are to you. We're streaming this live on Facebook as well as on YouTube, so you can watch Dr. Funmilayo Oguntoye, who in the last half hour has been talking to us about eye care. She's a consultant ophthalmologist. I've got some comments here on WhatsApp. WhatsApp again, it's 0809-597-5805. Again, 0809-597-5805. A very interesting topic. I see calls, everything. Dr. Atiku Suleiman from Zaria says, good morning. I'm my late 30s. I have itchy eyes, which gets severe during Harmattan. I need your advice. Adenusi Patrick says, we have poor electricity in the country. Where we even have light in our homes and offices, the lights are dim. What role does poor lighting play in glaucoma? And this is Anonymous from Ikorodu who says, I have been diagnosed with incomplete retina detachment for a while now, but the charges for test and a side possible surgery has kept me away from further treatment. I have to get to a place where I can easily manage it so it doesn't get worse any further. Once again, Anonymous from Ikorodu. So, Dr. Guntoye, a number of comments. You want to react to any of them?
Okay, yes. The first one was on someone that has itchy eyes and that it gets very bad during Harmattan. Yeah, you need to see your ophthalmologist. There are some medications that you can be given, some eye drops that can actually help suppress that feeling or that itching. And Yeah, one of the eye drops that you can be given, especially if, like you said, that it gets severe, sometimes, is steroids. But I need to mention it here that for steroid eye drops, you should only get it from an ophthalmologist because it has the, it could increase your pressures, which can make you can make you have glaucoma because you understand. So you shouldn't. We can prescribe it for a short period, and then you have to come see your ophthalmologist so that your pressures can be checked, so that we can be sure that you are not a steroid responder. Okay, let me say that, just to be sure that your pressures are not so high, and then you're not at risk of converting to glaucoma.
Right.
Yeah.
There was someone who talked about poor electricity, whether I was joking with you, but since the advent of the so-called energy-saving bulbs, I remember back in the days I used to love the light, but nowadays we're getting used to this in quote Chinese lighting.
Yeah, well, poor electricity, can actually make someone poor lighting rather can make someone struggle with one's navigational vision, especially if you're getting old and we have cataract could set in, and there could be evidence of glaucoma, so that makes it difficult to navigate in dim illumination. That's when it's severe. So but by and large, if your eyesight is good, so far it's not total darkness. You should be able to walk without bumping into objects. By the time you start bumping into objects, in the early evenings, when there's still some either light or so your eyes should be checked. Something else could be responsible for that.
Right. This is a crash course in eye care I'm taking, and we all are taking. Someone sent a message about, and you talked about this during the break. Incomplete retina detachment, and he talks about the high cost of getting treatment.
Yeah, we don't have many retinal specialists actually in the country, and it's actually expensive. It's not the hospital that is actually raising the price. The cost of retinal surgeries or
you don't have to go into specifics, but give us a range of what it is.
Well, it depends. I can't really quote a range. It depends on what you want to do, really. But I know it's expensive. It can run into hundreds of thousands. So I understand when a person said cost has been a limiting factor for him or her. What can I say? I can only just let's just hope our government actually stands up to take responsibility. In developed countries, you have insurance. Patients don't really have to worry about how much they're paying out of pocket. But because in Nigeria, most of the treatment is still out of pocket, though we have HMOs coming up, and they've actually been doing well. I have a lot of people come, their companies, are responsible for, some of their checks and treatment. So they come around. So we can only, hope that the government, NGOs, people that can support us, in the eye, because eye is actually it's expensive. The machines, are expensive. Cost of treatment is on the eye side. So if you can have that, yes, it can be subsidized and
specialized medical services. And a great point you make. Once a year, and when I think about what the eyes do, I think that's a small price to pay. Than developing the eye problem. And I think it comes a lot also to people not wanting to take things too seriously. We Nigerians are last minute, we will go there. Good morning, madam. My name is Matthew Ibanasebo, who says, I am a glaucoma patient. I've done surgery on both sides. I have lost 80% of my sight now. Is there still no cure for glaucoma? Wow, 80% even with the surgeries being carried out.
Wow, it's sorry about that. But then glaucoma, so we can't overemphasize it. It causes irreversible vision loss, and it is progressive. So remember I said that if you don't do anything, it progresses. If you still do something, it doesn't stop it. It just minimizes it. For this person, I just want to encourage the person to keep seeing, his or her ophthalmologist because it's important. What is left can be preserved.
Okay.
So as a person has done surgery before, there could be other adjuvant things that can be done. We could say that depending on what we see, depending on the person's clinical state, treatment is individualized. So, if you come in and we see that your pressures, we are not happy with it. The normal pressures is between 10 and 21 millimeters of mercury. But then, that this person, for example, can have a pressure of 18. Well, to the layman, you can say it's within normal. But to the ophthalmologist, you have advanced glaucoma. I'm not happy with this. I need to bring it down further. So, this person may still need, some eye drops.
Yes.
There could even be need to go for, extra surgery. It could be just the conventional trabec, for example, that the person had. We may say, this trabec, this surgery that the patient has had, it's not working properly anymore. Maybe it's failed or So and then we may need to do a repeat procedure. We may need to, or maybe a shunt, or so the person needs to still see the ophthalmologist because it's important that this person does not lose 100% of the person's of vision.
Additional, Ayotoyimbo, who's asking the current percentage of glaucoma cases in Nigeria. Well, Dr. Oguntoyibo talked about a survey that had been done, which showed that in that survey, 1 out of 20, which is like 5%, right?
Yes,
of those who were surveyed had the glaucoma. So it's quite prevalent. You can work with that one if you're involved in the statistics. I'm going to go to the phone lines. I know that a number of you want to talk, and you're going to have the opportunity. And while this call is being screened, natural eye care is also very important. What are things? Because I'm concerned the number of hours I'm spending on my devices, whether it's a laptop or the phone, and I tell myself secretly, this is not good. So I want to put away the phone and not stare at those devices the way our parents used to tell us back in the days. Don't read with candle. It will spoil your eyes. So
okay.
Give us one or two tips before we go to the phone lines.
For someone like you, looking at your screens and all that, it won't predispose you to having glaucoma. What it can predispose you to having is what we call computer vision syndrome. So the fact that you keep staring at the screen, and a lot of things are now digital now. You have your phone, you have your tab, you have your laptop. Most people are even working virtual from their homes now. So you still have to look at the screen a lot. So what we can advise is that after every 20 minutes of using the screen, you can take a 20 seconds break and just look, across the window, 20 away, and then you'll be okay. And then you can also consciously blink. Because when you're especially when you're reading something or you're following something on the screen, there's a possibility that you want to keep your eyes open. The natural body system has a way of you blinking, and then the tears, flow over the cornea, which is the clear part of the eye. But, if you're you're concentrating on something, you may not really, take as frequent blinks as you should. So you could, consciously train yourself to blink, as often times as you want.
I will. 2020, in fact, I will make my own 25 minutes. 20 minutes on the device, 5 minutes, I will look away.
You look away for 5 minutes.
I will look away for 5 minutes.
They say 20 seconds, but then if you want to, that's fine.
I will have to increase it. That 20 seconds is too short. And we need to preserve our eyes. Hey.
Okay.
All right. Kayode is calling in from Surulere. I think it's the same Kayode we had connection. I hope he's the one so he can complete his story. Hello, Kayode.
Yeah, this is Kayode back.
All right, quickly. Make it quick. Thank you very much.
All right. So I think I was 18 when it happened. I was at the 17 my year in when it came to, and my health system is way better now because it's quite early, like before. So I was going to the hospital and they kept prescribing. Yes, they kept prescribing the state hospitals because my mom worked at last. Unfortunately, it got so bad on the hospital before it was, and now, of course, it's extremely bad. I've lost most of my sight. The trabecular, it's expensive to.
Okay, I'm so sorry. We can't continue. The quality of the call is. But I did try to pick up a lot of what you said. I think he said they took them a while to know exactly what was wrong. They had to go through several tests, and then also the cost of treatment was expensive. Some of the things I picked out from there. This shouldn't be so difficult, Dr. Oguntoye, to say this is what the problem is. right?
Yes, it shouldn't be so. It's actually not that difficult, but sometimes we're not really sure. For those, and that happens in the early stages. For the advanced one, it's clear cut. You see it, and then everything just tallies, and you just know. But for the early stages, okay, so there's a way the back of the eye looks like when we look at it. Good. You know, the degree, there's a central area that looks pale compared to the surrounding area. So if it looks large by looking into your eyes with the use of an instrument, then we say, oh, this your disc looks suspicious, we're not comfortable with it, let's run some tests. So part of the test we're going to do is we'll check your pressures, that's sure, to know what it is. We'll also do what we call knowing what your corneal thickness is like, because people that have thin corneas, whatever pressure we just measure straight up, it's slightly low. So we need to correct for that. For that thin corneas and all that. And then we could also, there are other things we could do. We could take a picture of the back of your eye. We could also do what we call an optical coherence tomography. That shows us, at the nerve fiber layer, we can actually see that, there's a drop in the average thickness, We can actually see that, something is happening here. Or, something is about to happen. So for those people that, after all these tests, it's possible that you've done all of these tests and we're still like, you're a glaucoma suspect. Your pressures are okay, let's observe you. Let's repeat some of these tests in 6 months, for example, because if it is glaucoma, as we go by, it's going to become more obvious because it's a progressive disease.
All right, Dr. Guntoye, let's listen to Frank from Badagry. He's been on for a while now. Hello, Frank. Oh dear, sorry. He's been there for some time. But call in 0700 993 993 993. Let's hear what you have to say. We're talking glaucoma, eye care, everything you need to know. Dr. Oguntoye is here, consultant, ophthalmologist, and interesting things we're hearing here. And someone's put out General Lutoye, who's a regular contributor here. Talks about retina detachments, almost over 800,000 naira in Lagos. That's huge. That's really huge. Akin Yoshade Adetomiwa says, glaucoma curable? No, but it can be managed. Good morning. This is Mr. Nice Man. He says, please, someone using one glass for over 3 years, does it have any effect? And the general eye care is really expensive, or health sector needs to do something for the masses. So Dr. Guntoye will respond to your question on whether using one glasses for prescription maybe for 3 years if it's okay. A first-time caller, Lawrence from Ikeja. Hello, Lawrence.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Thank you for calling Nigeria Info for the first time.
Yes, Aghogho, how are you?
I'm very well. Great to have you join us.
I'm a regular listener of this Nigeria Info.
We want you now to become a regular caller.
Yes, good morning, in the house.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, I'm a glaucoma patient. I'm a trailer driver by profession. Early last year, where I parked at early in the morning, I wanted to move my truck from where I slept. So I discovered that as I moved my truck, or the upcoming truck, I discovered that I cannot view very well. My vision were very, very down. So I don't know what is wrong. Thank God that my conductor, I've already trained him how to drive. He's the one that drove me down to Lagos. So when I went to hospital in Aghogho General Hospital, after a week, no doctor to attend to me, I have to go to one popular hospital in Ikeja. So they discovered that it was glaucoma. They did a lot of tests. As other people said, it was very, very costly, but I don't have choice. So I'll be managing the glaucoma now. But my fear is now that the doctor in the house said that it cannot be stopped. Because the drop they give to me, they said the drop will help me not for the glaucoma to advance. But the doctor in the house said that there is no way the drop will stop the advancement of the glaucoma. So that is my fear now.
Okay, she'll once more reiterate what she said, but thank you very much, Lawrence, for calling in. Frank from Badagry, welcome back. Hello, Frank.
Okay, good morning, Aghogho.
Morning, Frank.
And good morning to the doctor.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Frank from Badagry. Please, I want to ask a question. I have eye problem. I lost my sight in 2014. And they say this pigmentosa retinitis. And since then, they have been telling me that it's curable. I've been going to hospital. I've been to up to 6 different eye specialists. I've been taking different drugs, but all to no avail. So, and I went to Calabar General Hospital for operation. They say it's not operation. So I want to know, what is that retinitis? Is it in the group of glaucoma or what? I want to know, man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Frank, and do listen and you'll get a response. I have to run very quickly because we're pressed for time now. Dr. Oguntoye, I am having blurred vision, have difficulties in reading tiny words. Sometimes I feel like my eyelashes is pricking and irritating my eyes, and I eventually will end up rubbing my eyes long focus. Last time I visited a hospital, I was told that glasses that will correct my eyes problem is scarce. So a lot of people have eye problem. I'm just finding out from the messages dropping in here. Shalom from France, in Lille in France. It says the government should begin to take seriously the healthcare sector. I have never paid for any treatment since I've been in France. You only buy drugs that your insurance don't carry. That's where there's first world and third world. Quality of water we drink is very poor. What role does that play with water, doctor? That's Denusi Patrick. Good morning, doctor. Can we prevent? Okay, that's been handled already. You can do certain things. I will take Ibn Oboh last, and then we can hear Dr. Oguntoye. Ibn Oboh, let's make this quick.
Hi, Aghogho. Good
morning. Great.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Ibn Oboh.
Okay, a quick one. I figured most times, maybe I'm watching a movie or I'm writing. All of a sudden, my vision will just go dim for like 10, 15 seconds. Then I'll have to shut my eyes, open it again, and everything will be fine. And I really want to know what is actually happening.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Ibn Oboh. This is the last call for today and on Morning Crossfire. Doc, you have 2 minutes. We have to make this quick.
Okay, I need you to remind me. Okay, let me start from Ibn Oboh's question since I can remember that.
Good.
So, said he gets blurry vision when he watches movies and all that. That just tells you that, the cornea needs to be, you need to wet the cornea. Do you understand? So, by staring at, like what I explained to you when I was talking about you looking at screens. So, you just need to take a break so that the tears can flow over your cornea and wet it, and then the vision becomes clearer. If the symptoms persist, we have some artificial tears, eye drops that we can prescribe that can actually help with that symptom. So it can also it can go to the ophthalmologist to have it checked. I don't think it's anything sinister, but then it should still go. Then somebody talked about the truck driver about he's lost his vision.
Yeah.
And that's what glaucoma causes. It takes away your peripheral vision. So even though you may be seeing when something is right in front of you, the sides.
Right.
And then he said something. I think he had a concern. I really can't remember.
We're going to have to leave it at that because I know this will go on and on, Dr. Oguntoye. Formula Oguntoye. Check our handle. We'll put Dr. Oguntoye's Twitter handle there. Consultant ophthalmologist, the World Glaucoma Awareness Week. We're going to have this discussion again on Saturday. I now know how serious this is. But thank you very much, Dr. Oguntoye.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
A multinational company.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.